I'm Chad.
I'm Dad. No, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be Dad first.
Oh yeah, you're Dad.
I'm Dad.
I'm Chad, and this is our channel. It's in the air. Holy crap, it's in the air. It's flying. Holy crap, it's flying. Holy crap. That thing is in the air. guys, we're doing an expel clear on the leading edge, and then we're also going to do it under the door where everybody gets in and out and the seat belt likes to hit. The other thing that we did was oil pressure was about 64 at 2580. So we want to see it in the 70s, so we made a mark on the oil pressure relief valve, or the oil pressure valve, and turned that one turn, and I'm going to test that whenever we're done with the expel. Just kind of looking at everything. There's no leaks or chafing or any bolts backing off. Flew it for about an hour and a half. And you're just watching temperatures and pressures and all that kind of stuff. But we did have one of these spade connectors had come loose, so I cut back this. We did a mag check and it failed. So this heat shrink was actually up inside the grommet, and whenever this when the engine torqued, it actually pulled the spade connector off of the coil pack and was causing a big time drop in the RPMs on the right side or the left side. So got that fixed, and just kind of looking over everything, making sure everything is good to go. So the expel is going to go on. That'll help with the bugs and just be able to wipe those bugs right off, because we all know what those guys do. And that looks wonderful. That's amazing how it just
kind of looks like it's buried in 10 layers of clear.
Yeah. That's the problem with these planes, is you don't want, the more weight, the more paint, the more weight.
Right, yeah.
So it's like a give and take.
I had a buddy for years and years. I guess he still does. Paints for Lockheed Martin. Yeah, the tolerances and it's very, very critical, like you're saying. Just like the mill.
All right, guys. So today we had this expel put on, so I wanted you guys to see that. And did it on the leading edge of the wings up to where the wing skin starts. So we cut it here, here. And then we also we wrapped it all the way up here, and then we stopped it on that line down there, because getting in and out of this thing, you will scratch this. So we went ahead and did it on both sides. The seat belt, you want to make sure when you take the seat belt off, you hold it and put it back. Buckle it would be better, because that will, it does this right here. Boom. So that's something you want to do, is hold that. So what else have we noticed here? Dad said, which way was it rolling, Dad? Okay, so this aileron was a smidge down. So I took this apart and turned the eyelet a couple of turns and put everything back together, so now everything is flush. A little bit of slack in it because of the eyelets, I guess. I don't know what it is, but there's just a little bit of slack. The oil pressure was running 60 psi, so you want to set the prop at 2300 static, and then it gets to, we got ours at 2550, 2580 in the air. Continental recommends between 65 and 75% power during break-in. I talked to Dr. Don, he said 4 to 7 hours, so The first hour and 30 minutes they flew it, they just circled the airport and kept it wide open, and watched all the temps. But oil pressure was 64, and 60 is your minimum. 90 is your maximum. Dr. Don said he wanted to see more in the 70s, so I turned that one full turn. We're gonna go out and check it and see what it does, get it up to temp and run it, see what the pressure does before we put the cowling back on, because cowling's so hard to take on and off. What other squawks do we have? The Adahars stopped working for whatever reason, so we recalibrated that and recalibrated the magnetometer, but that was one of the steps. I have not put these final closeout pieces on yet here, because I wanted to see if we were going to have to adjust this up or down. So you want to get in level flight and see where your elevator is in relation to the horizontal stabilizer. I don't know what that is, fly poop or something, but you want to watch it and see what it does, how it's flying, and then adjust this accordingly. So I didn't want to put that on just yet. The DAR came out, and the only thing that he didn't like was our letters were the same color as the silver on the plane, so he said that had to be changed. So we ran to the vinyl company real quick and had those made while he was inspecting it, and got them on, and we got our airworthiness certificate. So as you guys know, we're in phase 1 testing. Oh, one of these spade connectors had come loose. I showed you guys earlier what I did. I trimmed this heat shrink back because it was stuck inside the grommet. I guess when the motor torqued, it pulled it loose, so it failed mag check, so I had to fix that morning of the flight. That was frustrating, but it's all stayed together now, so that's good. Had some oil drips underneath, and it scared me, but it's actually coming out of the crate case ventilation, which is right there. So it's got a couple of drops down on the exhaust, then it dripped down right there. Our oil pulled the dipstick, and it was maybe 1/8 of an inch from 8 quarts, so that's good. Temps, I'll post those, what those were doing. The oil temperature was in the 330s, so I think we're gonna have to go, and we've got the 9 row because we got one of the earlier planes, so we're gonna have to go with the 13 row, and I know we're gonna have to get the new shroud for it as well. But the cylinder head temps were in a little over 400, and I think he got them back in the 360s once they leaned it out just a bit. So I fixed everything. We're going to take it out, check the oil pressure. Dad and Cameron are going to fly it tomorrow. He's our safety pilot, and Dad's really been appreciative of having him in the air with them, because there's just so much going on, so many things you're trying to watch, and Dad said it's tough for one person to do. So I have to take my final test to get my pilot's license, and I want to do it in this plane. So had a couple of problems with the plane I was renting, and with the VOR, and they said it was fixed. After the first time it was placarded, said INOP, but it wasn't in the maintenance record, so the DPE said nope, and passed the oral, but couldn't go on the check ride. Came back, went on the check ride, and as soon as we left, he asked me to pick a VOR and fly a radial to an airport, and it was reading 180 out. So he said, turn around, and he said, I don't want to go on that plane anymore. He said, let's just go on your plane. So it's really frustrating. That happened twice. So just going to get the 40 hours flown off, and then I'm going to fly with Dad, and then maybe fly with the CFI, and then go back and take my check ride over again. But anyway, that's why I'm not flying it right now, because I don't have my license. But Dad and Cameron have been flying it. Everything's been good. So we're getting it ready to go out again in the morning, and I'm going to try to get this YouTube up for y'all, along with some other video that I took. I know I just threw a little 30-second one out there because I was so excited, but try to get a better video out. But yeah, if y'all have any questions or comments, let me know, and stay tuned, because I think the best is yet to come with flying this sucker. It's going to be fun. Cameron said the avionics in this was nicer than the jet that he's been flying. So that was cool to hear. The Adhars quit in the middle of the flight, and so they were jacking with the autopilot and said it was doing some wonky stuff. So POH, we've been working on our checklists and whatnot. We've got the factory Rans checklist in there, but ours is deviates just a little bit because of the backup battery and some other things. So procedures on starting and whatnot. I briefed the guys on how to do it, but I want to have some checklists for emergency procedures. So Dad and I have been working on that, and I should have them ready for tomorrow morning. All right, guys. Hey guys, thanks for watching another episode of Dad and Chad.
If you like this video, share it with your friends and give us a thumbs up.
And never miss an episode of Dad and Chad by hitting that subscribe button.
Because we'll be back next Tuesday with another episode.
Thanks again for watching
Dad
and Chad.